video. I'm so excited about it. I recreated my wedding look. I had a couple requests to do my makeup that I wore for my wedding back in June. So I love it and I feel like a princess bride again. So it's so special, and I even try to like recreate the hair. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, I'm being all, you know, sentimental and whatnot. I'm gonna see if Michael notices when he gets home. If you're a bride, congratulations. Put any questions in the comments below. I will try to get everybody answered. And thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy. Alrighty guys, so I'm starting with my brows already done because quite frankly it just takes too long. And then I'm going in with the Naked palette with the shade Naked and with a big fluffy blending brush, and this is going to go right in our crease, acting as our transition. For some reason I didn't get any footage of it, but I then went in with the color Buck from the Naked palette, and this is just a darker brown but not too dark. And then I'm taking this with another blending brush, a separate blending brush, and I'm putting this in the outer crease, and now we're just going to start the process of darkening up our crease. Then I'm going in with this Makeup Forever Artist palette in that light gold shade. It's a really pretty color, and then I'm just going to be putting this on my lid with my finger, and I'm going to be packing it on. On my actual wedding day, I actually wore this shadow, the loose shadow from Bare Minerals called Queen Phyllis, but I don't have that right now, but this is very similar. So yeah, I'm just packing this on my inner corner until like halfway onto my lid. And then here I'm taking just that blending brush we just used just to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines. And then I'm going to be going in with another separate brush. So it's a blending brush, but it's a little bit more stiff. And then I'm going in with the Smashbox Double Exposure palette with that dark brown shade. And I'm just going to start to kind of pack that on the outer corner. I definitely went for more of like a cat eye shape, but it wasn't harsh, if that makes sense. It was still kind of rounded on the outside. So I'm just putting that on my outer corner, and then I'm just going to be packing that on until it's my desired darkness. Then I went in with a pencil brush, and I went in with that black shade from the palette, and these shades I'm putting in my crease are all matte. That's important, so they show up really nice in the pictures. And I'm just putting that just a little bit on the outer corner just to kind of add a little bit more drama, a little bit of smoke, but it's not all black, like you can still see the brown. And I went in with a clean blending brush, and I just blended the outer parts of my eye, just make sure everything's blended. And then I went in with this artist liner. On my wedding day, I had a bit of a thicker line than I intended to have, and I winged it out, but it's okay because it worked out. And I actually used the Benefit push-up liner because that one does not budge at all, so I knew I was gonna be crying a lot. So that's a really good choice if you know like you're gonna be crying, but this one works just for today because that's what I had. But yes, I went in with a thicker line because that's what I had for my wedding, and I'm just gonna fast forward through this because it takes me forever to do my liner. One quick piece of advice I would give to you brides is if you're doing your own makeup, definitely allot some extra time. I definitely gave myself 2 hours to do my makeup. You just never know how stressed you're going to be. I wasn't nervous, but I was just like very antsy because I wanted my makeup to look perfect. So the 2 hours I took to do my makeup, like I allotted for it, it actually took me 2 hours to do. So that's just a little bit of advice. So I went in with some lashes, and then I'm putting on this NARS Audacious mascara. On my wedding day, I wore the Sephora Celebrity lashes. Those were great because they're extra flary, but they weren't too much. These were just what I had around the house. So the Celebrity lashes from Sephora are great, or even just the Ardell Wispies. Those will be really pretty too. I do recommend wearing lashes on your wedding day. And then I take a makeup wipe and just kind of clean up any excess fallout I had. And then I'm going in with the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. I love this stuff. It's so great. And then I went in with my Bliss eye gel, and this is really great. I really recommend to be wearing one moisturizer. You definitely always need to wear that. But wear an eye cream underneath because you just never know if you're tired the night before. It just really makes your concealer look perfect. So definitely be extra hydrated. I didn't wear a primer on my wedding day, so that's up to you. I mixed the Laura Mercier and the Makeup Forever foundations on my wedding day. They are both very photo friendly. I found that I got a little bit more extra coverage with the Laura Mercier, and then the Forever HD just made your skin look like skin, so I combined them and it was just a perfect combination for me. You don't have to do that. That's just what I did. And if you're on a budget but you know you want to look really great for your wedding and you're doing your own makeup, go to Sephora and just get a couple samples of some high-end foundation. You don't need to spend $1 billion. But yes, I just applied it with my Beauty Blender dampened because that's just really important. You want your skin to look like skin, and you want it to look completely flawless. So I really recommend the Beauty Blender for that, or any beauty sponge. I have had some skin issues lately. It's all my hormones going crazy. So I just took the Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda concealer palette and put that on there before I put on my foundation because that really helps your blemishes not to poke through. So if you have any blemishes on your wedding day, I definitely recommend that. So then I went in with the Master Conceal from Maybelline. This is the concealer I wore on my wedding day. I love this concealer. The LA Girl is a really great drugstore version if you're looking for a cheaper version. That one's really nice, and it's HD as well. And it's cheaper than this actually. But the Maybelline Master Conceal is what I wore in the shade Fair, and then I just blended that out with a beauty blender per usual. And then in a second, I set that with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. So let's talk about powder real quick. You want to wear something that obviously makes you look perfect and flawless like translucent powder does, but you have to be careful because some of them really have a big flashback. So I remember at the time of the wedding, I was obsessed with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I love that one so much more than translucent powder, but that one, since it's light reflecting, it gave me a lot of flashback and photography. This one I didn't find had that. So you kind of have to, work with a couple things before your wedding and see what works. You could always just use like a basic, foundation powder in a lighter color. you know, you just don't want to have that flashback in all your photography. So if you're doing your own makeup, I really recommend like a couple weeks before wearing your foundation routine, like every day before your wedding, so you know what to do, so you're prepared and you know what it's going to look like throughout the day. My wedding was during the summer, so I definitely set the rest of my face so I didn't look like a grease monkey. Then I went in with my Sephora Contour 101 kit. This is a really awesome contour kit if you're looking for one, especially for your big day. This one's only $28 and I've used it so much and I've barely dipped into it, so I really recommend it. I went in with that more warm, it's still ashy, but it's a gray contour shade. And on my wedding day, this is what I used, and I didn't want to look like too bronzy, if you know what I'm saying. Like I didn't want to look like just like orange all over, so I didn't really bronze my skin. I really just focused on having really nice soft contoured cheekbones. I did contour my nose a little bit. In a second I put on the Mary Luminizer from the balm on my nose. Oh, that's actually not now, that's in a second. Anyways, on my wedding day I went in with the Coastal Scents blush. And here you'll see that I like put it on and it's so pigmented and I didn't realize it, so I had to blend it out. But on your wedding day, I really do recommend wearing just a little bit extra makeup than you normally do, and especially with the blush. The blush is really what makes you look like very bridal and alive. This one's a really pretty color from Coastal Scents, so I will link that down below. I got it in a Birchbox a while ago, but it's really pretty. So you just want something that goes really nice with your skin tone. And yeah, it just makes you look very fresh and very bridal. Here's where I put it on. I was like, oh my gosh. But yes, blush is essential. And then here's where I put just a little bit of that Mary Luminizer on the tip of my nose, because I've gotten to the point where I do it so much that I feel like not complete without it. So on my wedding day, I wore the Sephora Collection lipstick in number 17. And then I topped it off with the Marc Jacobs lip gloss that I'm going to put on in a second. But I don't have that lipstick anymore, so this is a very similar color. I mixed like 2 lip liners to find the perfect match. But that is the finished look. I thank you guys so much for watching it. Please don't forget to subscribe, and love you guys. See ya!